I believe that we're on. And my name is Sam Irvin. I'm here in Irvin Music Studio in Asheville, North Carolina for another episode of 8 Note, 8 parentheses PM note because it's 8 p.m. And eighth notes are a musical concept item. What would you call that? Like they're a duration of note, I guess.
Subdivision. A
subdivision, yeah. And we're here to subdivide perspective on music. No, I am here for 3 reasons: to meet, to build community with the Asheville musicians that I know or am meeting through this live stream, to utilize my studio and carve out space in my life to get creative just for fun and to practice my engineering skills with audio and video, and to advertise my small company that offers private lessons in guitar and trumpet and some other instruments, and event entertainment on solo classical guitar, string combos, jazz ensembles, and also sound production projects, like recording and composition coaching and stuff like that. I have a different guest on each week to talk about whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it's music adjacent, sometimes talking about practical stuff about gigging or what the life of a musician entails. Sometimes it's more of a deep dive about what sort of impact music has on identity, what genres are, period. But I'm not sure where each one's gonna go, and today I'm not sure what I'm going to talk to Connor Law about, but I'm sure he's going to bring it, and he's going to really just keep the energy up and bring charisma to the show that has been sorely lacking, in my hosting duties. I really depend on the guests for the charisma piece. I do like to state the date up top. It is December 7th, and the weather, it's rainy outside. And I do like to talk about what I've been doing musically. I just, over the weekend, got an Akai MPC-1, so I've been learning about making beats. That's a pretty complex piece of gear, so a lot of menu diving and a lot to wrap my head around there, just getting started. I'm still working on the Bach 4th cello suite, moving on to the Sarabande because I've completely memorized the prelude, so feeling pretty good about that, but again, a long way to go. And what else? I've figured out how to route the outputs 3 and 4 from my Focusrite through my effects chain of Moger Fogers and Mini Fogers and back into the interface. So now I can do stuff like reamp and process guitar sounds or really any instrument or any recorded sound. Once I've recorded it, add analog effects to it in the studio. So that's a huge advancement in my workflow there. Been sight reading some merits on classical guitar. My recitals for my students are coming up, so I've been posting a lot of videos of them making their way through their in-progress pieces for that. I have a gig this weekend, solo guitar, or no, it's not. It's a guitar and violin duet with Kate Bryant, who's been on the live stream, although she was on like episode 3, so it was pretty sloppy back then. I should have her back. I think that's about all that's up in my musical world, so let's get a whole other musical world on here and have Connor Law on. You can call him. Okay. And you executed the music. You did it. Nice.
Sweet.
All right, you're in the top 5 percentile of guests when it comes to playing yourself on.
Feels good.
I'm glad. Yeah.
I'm amazed. Honored.
I'm honored as well. We're mutually honored, I think, in this moment. And that's a great way to start off, getting started off on the right foot.
I think so.
I also want to start off with a tradition of the show, which is to check and make sure that the audio is working properly and that we sound crystal clear. Oh,
that sounds pretty good.
Sounds good to me too. Yeah, this little condenser mic is pulling its weight here. It's not omnidirectional. It's, got this cone, but it seems to be capturing.
Yeah, you're making it work.
Yeah. I've got clip-on mics that I've been wanting to add to the show. I think that'll be even better, especially when we're jamming. People can hear us say like, oops.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ow. All those noises that us musicians make when we're performing and audience members never get to hear.
That's true, yeah. Like the jazz chuckle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The or oh, yeah.
Right. Didn't see that
You impressed me. Yeah.
I saw something coming, but it was that, but like not quite that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But somebody's borrowing my clip-on mic, so we're still stuck in the past. I didn't really add anything new today at all, I think. So we'll have to do something new before the end of the show.
I think so.
Yeah.
You don't do something new for every guest?
I try to do something new for every guest. What was it last time? I did have a rim light last time, but it fell down. You can see the little hole in my ceiling.
I do, in fact, see that.
It did not. Yeah.
Did it land on somebody?
No, it was not during the show. That would have been nice.
That would have been a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So that put a lot of pressure on me just now to make a good moment happen. Right now. Do you think we're doing it?
I'd say so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I feel good. I feel like my water bottle should be next to yours, though.
Definitely.
Can we cheers?
Oh, cheers. Totally. And let's both take a sip at the same time.
Everybody loves dead air.
Some dead air? Yeah, exactly. So you are a player around town. Your reputation precedes you. I've reached out about gigs a couple of times that I was trying to find a bass player for, but you were busy.
Yeah.
On both occasions. Or at least you said you were busy. Who knows?
I frequently lie.
I know. No. Big liar on the show today. Yeah. No, you are extremely busy though. I see at least on social media that you're just all over the place. Playing with Dan Keller and others.
Yeah. Dan Keller and others. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I try and stay pretty busy. I have like 3 regular gigs a week, and then usually get 1 or 2 more a week on top of that, I would say, on average. Of course, now we're heading into the winter months, so it's slowing down a little bit, but, always see that coming, so I'm prepared for that,
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Because the grasshopper and the ants story, right? The grasshopper was a musician, right? He's just hanging out and playing his leg
I don't know
fiddle.
if I'm familiar with the grasshopper and the ant story. Can you?
I'm pretty sure the story is that the ants spend all summer bringing food into their anthill and getting ready, but the grasshopper is just hanging out playing his leg fiddle.
That's true.
And then
Come
he
winter
dies.
time, wow.
Yeah, he freezes. The ants do not help him out.
That's horrible.
Yeah. It's not, the moral of the story is not to help out the grasshopper.
Don't be a musician because you'll die in the winter.
It is that, yeah.
Every year, yeah.
I'm super excited, actually, for things to slow down. Yeah. I always feel like it's going to slow down in December.
Yeah.
But then there are all the holiday gigs and stuff.
New Year's is always a big one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then there'll be a couple lingering January gigs, I feel like, that people who maybe try to schedule their wedding too late or something.
Yeah.
But then, late January, February, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Do you have big plans for any creative projects? You just released an original album, right?
Well, I see that you've checked my website.
I did a modicum of research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was that a long time ago?
It came out about 2 years ago or so.
You gotta update your website. Man.
Yeah, some would say I do need to update my website.
I thought that's what we were gonna plug. You came on the show to talk about your new album.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, you can buy it on my website. Yeah, but it's not new. I don't update my website a lot. I should. I don't know. Sometimes I can be bad about. I can tell that you're very good about business stuff and professionalism.
I don't know.
Just in this short period of time of talking to you, and I think of myself as being pretty good at those kind of things. I'd say I'm very professional minded, I would say. But there are things like the website and other like sort of marketing things that, I could definitely be better at and would like to be better at.
So difficult to keep up with it. Like I am not a musician, so I can post on social media every day.
Right.
It's like so time consuming, and I always feel like I need to go above and beyond just posting me playing. I think a lot of musicians have great content that they do because they're practicing and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll take the time to just like noodle for 10 seconds and post that. I need to get better. I think now that I'm saying it out loud, like that does seem like an easy thing that I should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to make time for that kind of thing. I mean, I used to do that all the time, on like Instagram and stuff, I would. And it's nice because that kind of thing can also be like incentive to learn something,
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'll make it. I'll make a video of this hard thing that I want to learn, and then that'll be cool. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know. Not that learning the hard thing in itself isn't cool, because of course it is.
And you gotta document it though when you do it, because then it's just gone. In the ether.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just those little productive things. Yeah.
Did you take a music business class while you were getting your music tech degree at UNCA?
No, I did not.
I took one with Felix.
Yeah.
But it was all about how to get royalties and stuff, which is so irrelevant.
Really? Yeah, right. Yeah. How to get 0.0004 cents from Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get your Spotify Wrapped? Or are you listening on Spotify?
I'm on Spotify. Nobody listens to my stuff on Spotify though.
Did you put it up? Because your album's only available for purchase on your website, right?
Well,
it's not streaming?
you can stream it.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the website, so you would have no idea that that's possible, of course, by just looking at my website. But it is in fact on streaming services. And I love the emails that I get like once a month that are like, you had an all-time high 3 listeners this month. I'm like, oh, thanks for, putting salt in the wound there, Spotify.
I get those emails about this live stream. So if you are watching this, please hit subscribe so I know anybody's watching. I also do have like the chat up. I think today I've been forgetting that. So if anybody wants to comment about anything we're talking about, we may or may not see it. So
very true.
Yeah. Spotify. Yeah, I just switched to Amazon Music for the quality, and it blew my mind.
Maybe did you post something about that on Facebook recently?
I did.
I feel like I saw that. There's like the sample bit rate something, I don't know,
something like that. Yeah. The kbps. Yeah.
You'd think having a degree in music technology would warrant better knowledge on these types of things, but
what did you learn?
Who knows? The classic thing to tell people is I got a degree in wrapping cables. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's usually what I like to say. But I mean, you know, although I don't really use that degree anymore, it, you know, just being adjacent to a bunch of good musicians got me into jazz, so I'm thankful for that, you know.
There you go. Were you not playing jazz when you entered the program?
No, not at all.
Whoa, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I was all into classic rock pretty much before going to UNCA and
Okay, so we're talking Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Classic rock band.
I've never heard of them.
They're great.
Is that a real rock band?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah.
your word for it.
What? Well,
That
what are
sounds
some
like
other...
such an obscure reference.
It's a
like,
deep cut.
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So that was like a test. You were like, let's
Yeah.
see how
Turns out
well he
you did-
really knows
Turns
classic
out you
rock.
you weren't really into classic rock.
Yeah.
If you don't know Cinderella.
Apparently not. I'm sorry.
That's my deepest cut. If they do exist, now I'm becoming I'm second guessing it.
Okay.
Who's your deepest
just-
cut? Do you have anybody that we should check out?
In the classic rock realm?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess the thing that makes it classic rock is
It's all
that it's
classic.
classics.
Everybody knows it. My deep...
Like Steppenwolf, but
Yeah.
not Born to be Wild.
Right. No, actually, yeah. I did listen to, you know, there were some bands like that where they had, like Steppenwolf. They do have some great other material, and I definitely did listen to a good bit of that. And
Yeah,
like
get out there.
Mountain, like that's you know, Mississippi Queen. I don't know if you know that song.
No, but this sounds great.
Yeah, it's another like kind of classic rock, one hit wonder sort of band, you know, or at least now, you know, in retrospect, people only remember the one song or whatever. You know, Mountain is
yeah.
a good example of that. Leslie West, I think, was the guitar player, singer guy.
Okay.
Also, Boys Are Back in Town. Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy, yeah,
Now
they
that's
do
a
have
good
some good
band.
stuff for sure.
Yeah. I would
But I
listen
do
to that.
not ever want to hear that song again.
Yeah. Really? You don't like that song?
It comes and it goes.
Yeah.
You know.
I think there could be the right mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you're at a bar playing pool, and it just comes on the radio. It could be a pretty exciting moment.
That could be it. Or maybe you've been like on vacation, but the vacation went poorly. But then you're coming back into town.
Yeah.
You're in low spirits. But
Yeah.
then you sort of rally, and it's like as you enter the city limits,
Yeah.
somebody has just said something inspiring, and it comes on the radio.
Yeah. That would be a pretty uplifting moment.
Yeah, be good.
I can envision it now.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy should be thick Lizzy. You know.
True.
There's a
Some
big
thick,
sound.
nasty bass lines for sure.
Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to the bass that much.
Well, you know, the lead singer was the bass player.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Maybe they deserve a revisit. I haven't been listening to like any classic rock. Listened to so
I
much
haven't
like
really
Floyd and Zeppelin,
Yeah.
and, like the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Floyd can be nice, but now only for like a couple of songs, and then I'm
Really?
like, I don't know if I'm ready for the whole journey
Yeah.
that I'm about to go on.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. The
What's
Clash.
your favorite Pink Floyd album?
Oh man, it's controversial. I think growing up it was The Wall. I was
Yeah.
pretty angsty.
Yeah.
And then like just sort of realizing how selfish of an album that is, and Roger Waters
Right,
was really like calling all this. That album is about Roger Waters
Oh yeah.
being selfish, but the album's supposed to be about how he like lets down his wall and becomes vulnerable.
Yeah.
But then they wrote his album and toured on his album, and he
Right.
ran the show for a long time.
To this
So
day.
it's- Oh, that's right.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if you
They
look at it
just
that
did it
way,
again,
you
yeah.
know, yeah,
So it's problematic in that way. I think
Yeah.
Animals is a close second, though.
yeah.
Adam
what I
Hart
would say,
Mother's great,
Animals.
though.
Yeah, that's one of the earlier ones, right?
Yeah, it starts with like that big band, like the
Yeah.
whole orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Metal.
Metals, I was about to say that too with that bass.
Mhm.
Yeah, up top, that synth bass.
Yeah, that's a good record.
What about Obscured by Clouds?
That's like one of the ones after the wall?
No, but Momentary Lapse of Reason was cool.
Okay.
That was a later one.
Yeah, I don't
Obscured by
know.
Cloud. Maybe it's after the wall, but it was I'm not sure when it was, but it was a soundtrack for a French film.
Oh.
It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of like weird folky songs on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've listened to that one. I'll just check it out.
What about you? What's your favorite Floyd?
Animals, probably. Wish You Were Here is a great record, though. Have a Cigar is like one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I just love the guitar tone on that song.
Yeah.
You know? Not
They do
sung
some
by a Pink
weird
Floyd
stuff.
member, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Have a Cigar. I don't remember the guy's name, but it wasn't one of
Oh,
the
I
Pink
haven't
Floyd
realized
people.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I don't know if there's other songs like that, but that's the one that I can think of that's like that, yeah.
Is that the one that starts like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
How are you even doing that? Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's step back or step forward.
In time?
I don't know if we can step back in time.
It's a shame.
I'm not sure what time is anymore.
Yeah,
Actually,
right.
I've been watching, or I watched the first episode of Our Universe on Netflix,
Okay.
and it's all about like.
Is that with
the
Neil deGrasse
sun.
Tyson?
It's with.
I just assume. You know?
Right. No, it's with Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Morgan Freeman.
Is that
Reading
your
the-
impression of him?
It's a little one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have one?
An impression of Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I do. I was about to try, and then I was like, you know, this is on camera. Maybe I should not do that. Yeah.
I know, I'm blushing now. We will be jamming in a bit, too. I feel like see, I told you I forget something every time. I'm trying to check all the boxes. I need to put like a little
A to-do list.
of what to chat about up top. But we will be chatting for an hour and then jamming for an hour. Is the format of this show. Don't know who's made it this far into our interview. I guess I wish I had a Pink Floyd member here. No, you're doing. I'm not a big
Wow. You wish Roger Waters was in this chair?
I was trying to take a left turn away from the term interview because this is not an interview.
Right.
Yeah. This is a chat.
Chill.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me?
What is your favorite color?
You know, I do. You've asked me a question too about the Pink Floyd album, so that's good. You're holding the co-host chair.
Oh, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
my role.
Yeah.
You know, on your computer it
now.
said guest.
It was guest intro music. That's true. You are my guest. I suppose.
Interesting.
I'll hold the power.
Yeah.
Roger Waters style.
Yeah.
I'll run this show. I am trying to let down my wall though.
Ah.
I'm really trying.
I see what you did there.
But it is difficult. Sometimes I've had guests open up and I'm like, I don't know how much I should let out about the tragedies that have befallen me, you know?
Yeah.
But they're inspiring, you know? What tragedies have inspired your music?
Wow.
No, let's not go down that road.
No, right. I asked an unanswered question about
true.
what your favorite color was.
Let's back up. Let's go
Before we go to the tragedies,
let's
at
go to
least touch
favorite
on
color
that. Yeah.
first. Yeah, that's priority.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of the combination of purple and green, like Barney
Oh.
or the Riddler.
Oh.
You know, that
okay.
sort
so
of
you're talking like color
Bubblicious. I know, yeah.
Bubblicious. Okay.
Like, I think there was a
Is that what
Bubblicious,
it
like
was-
lime, like green and purple, or
Oh.
watermelon, I think.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
Green
sort of
and
a
purple.
mystery kind of thing. But I think I'd have to say purple.
Really?
Like, yeah, if
Color
I had
of
to choose
royalty.
one. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. You're winning points. What about you?
Gosh.
You might become a co-host after all.
Yeah. I think brown.
Mm-hmm. Versatile.
Yeah. I love wearing brown. I've come to realize. I love wearing black and brown, which is maybe a faux pas in some circles.
I think as long as you're okay looking like a woolly worm.
Yeah, I am okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're likable.
Colors? Or,
Woolly worms.
animals, yeah. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's bummed out to see a woolly worm.
No, well, they're kind of scary, I think.
Yeah.
Are you talking about, like, the caterpillar things?
Yeah, and like the blacker they are, there's going to be more snow? Or is it the opposite? The browner they are. They're like a predictor of the weather of winter.
Kind of like a groundhog.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen one in like years now that I'm thinking about it.
A groundhog?
A woolly worm.
Okay.
Nor a groundhog. Yeah.
I see groundhogs all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
In this area.
Okay. I believe you.
For what it's worth. Yeah.
Now we're getting into your inspiration.
Yeah. These are the tragedies that have befallen me.
The groundhog.
Seeing too many groundhogs in my life.
Yeah. Where are they headed?
Right.
I've got, something's digging around in my yard for sure.
Yeah.
I like brown and black as well. And I like wearing brown and black and blue if I can swing it.
Oh, wow.
Just going for it all.
That's like the whole shebang.
There's a lot of men's clothing that's blue.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
And I would prefer not to, I want like more like hot red stuff, I think. I'm in a time in my life where I'm like
You want to be like a peacock.
Yeah, I need to peacock a little bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where that purple's going to come in handy.
That's true, yeah. Do I have any purple clothes? I don't know. I have a pretty good tie collection. Are you wearing a lot of ties out at these gigs? Let's circle all around.
What a segue.
What sort of gigs are you playing, and which ones do you wear ties for?
Right. So one of my regular gigs, every Saturday, I'm at the Biltmore Inn.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, sometimes I'll sub it out, but mostly I'm there on Saturdays, and that's pretty much my only Thai gig. At least my only regular Thai gig.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, get a call for something else that may require a tie. But I find that usually a sport coat and a white shirt, unbuttoned at the top,
Okay,
does the trick. Yeah. I mean, I would let it out, but I don't have chest hair.
Oh, okay.
Another little factoid.
We're learning a lot about you today.
I mean, I have some.
Okay, good. Good. I have no opinion one way or the other about your having
I mean, if you
chest
don't
hair.
believe me, I can show you.
That might make good for good content.
Right.
You can feel free to, at any time.
Take my shirt off.
I don't want to control my guests' clothing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it's best to just not have any say.
Laissez-faire.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you got the Biltmore gig. And what other weekly gigs are you rocking?
Fridays at the Foundry Hotel with the same group that plays at the Biltmore. It's a Manouche.
That's the name of the band?
No, that's the genre. Django Reinhardt.
Not.
Gypsy jazz is what some people
Thank you for beating me to
call
it.
it. Yeah.
But that's
I don't know.
passe at
Yeah,
this point.
some people don't like. I don't know.
No, it is a slur.
It's a controversial thing to say.
Mm-hmm. I think about the. I don't know if I should go down this road. I just think about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And there's,
Okay, that was not the turn that I was expecting.
because I think there was a person who was called a gypsy. The woman was called a gypsy in that movie,
Gotcha.
and it seemed fine. But that was from like the 90s,
Yeah,
and it's a different time now.
it is a different time.
And I advocate for compassion and respect.
Yeah.
So manouche is the replacement term for this
Well, it's always
genre?
been a term for it. It's just maybe the more politically correct usage or word to describe that type of music.
Right, you're shrugging pretty hard. Maybe you don't care about compassion and respect.
I care about compassion and respect. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. It's just I don't know all the information, so I don't know.
That's true.
How
Yeah.
people who really faithfully play that music, I don't know how they feel about it. I don't know if they care or if they, want everybody to say manouche or what. But
Well, that does come up. Let's come up with like other guests on the show playing other like cultures' music. Is sort of odd and touchy,
totally.
One guest really enjoyed playing klezmer music, but was not like Jewish at all, and ends up just like playing klezmer music at Jewish events, which I've done as well. But it does sort of feel like, I don't know. It's like this is. I don't know. I think it's enjoyable to play other kinds of music.
Oh yeah.
It is.
I mean, if I
like
had to
the
only
melting
play white people music,
Like, what is
I would be
that
out of
even?
a job. I don't know. Like, I don't know. That
Right.
would suck.
Even that, I think, you just get, am I playing Bach, but I'm not German.
Yeah, right. You could go down the rabbit hole infinitely about that for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's good to just kind of, acknowledge the cultural association with the music that you love, and if you respect it, then that'll show through, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a wise, yeah. That's great. So, can you spell manouche?
Manouche.
Ah, that's not how I had thought. Okay.
Yeah.
It's again, Manoosh.
Yeah.
It's
Some
not,
people may spell it that way.
is it like the minutia?
No, well, no. Because that would be M-I-N... Oh, gosh.
U-T-I-A? No.
No, there's another letter in there somewhere.
Well, we're musicians.
We'll get to the bottom of this
not
another
spelling
time,
bee.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I talked about letting down my wall, and I should just maybe say that I do have like an abundance of chest hair. Like, I feel
Well,
like
I
you were
can
really
tell.
brave to,
Yeah.
to come out.
That's
Could
why.
you?
That's why I mentioned something.
Oh. So, okay.
Because I could tell that you were pointing to your own chest hair. So then I was like, well, I want to clarify
talking about,
that
yeah.
I don't have that.
If I wear a shirt, a button shirt, stuff's
It would
popping
be-
out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, this is often the case, you have your wall up, but it doesn't even matter. People
That's
just
right.
see right
People
through
see
it.
right through it. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right.
It's the moral of this story. The
The-
grasshopper's not going to die, but you see through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
circle.
Trying to bring it back. So what's your third weekly gig?
Oh.
Or did you say all?
Oh, no. Yeah. One World Bruin West. I do a jazz jam in the afternoon.
Oh,
from
yeah.
1 to 4 p.m. And I co-host that with Jason DeCristofaro.
Right. That's cool. I've come and checked that out just to watch a few times.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But I should
Were
have
you
brought
in
my
the shadows
instrument.
or something?
I was reading a book,
Oh,
which turned out to be very difficult to do
I would imagine.
at a jazz
Yeah,
jam.
right.
Yeah.
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 Well, what were your impressions?
It was great. I think it's what?
I don't know.
Did that sound insincere? It was exactly what I picture a jazz jam being. This was a couple of months ago, or it was a while back. It was very hot.
Yeah.
I wonder if you were there. Yeah.
I'm there every week. So
For a while now. For like
pretty much
months.
since it started.
Oh, okay, cool. It was good. I went to that one, and I went and checked out the one Dr. Bears does it was at Archetype when I saw it, but then was at Gigi's.
And now it's not.
Oh, is it over?
I know, it's sad. Yeah.
That is sad. I liked the structure of that one more. It seemed more like a workshop
Yeah.
that was going
I
on.
like that too, and I really enjoyed going to that. And I hadn't been in a few weeks just because I had some stuff to do on Thursdays, like some gigs, and I think I was out of town for one. And I texted Alan, the other guy that runs it, drummer, and he was like, "Yeah, it's done. They canceled us or whatever." So I don't know.
Gigi's
It's a bummer.
did. I guess it's hard to find a place, yeah, to do that. I think like I have a really like strong morning routine, you know, and I wake up very early and I'm very busy throughout the first part of my day, and stuff like that sort of seems like if I'm gonna go play, it's like music has become work to a certain extent for me,
Sure.
and I'm fighting against it. I would like to just make my life more integrated in a way that makes it not feel like work, but that's what sort of held me back from joining in on these jazz jams, like going to watch.
Association with work and music.
Mhm.
Like you don't want to go someplace to play music for free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah, but that's how you get better, and
Yeah.
it is enjoyable to jam.
And it's a way to make connections too.
That that's huge.
I mean, especially in the jazz world, I feel like anybody new to town, go to a jazz jam if you want to be in the jazz community, like your local jazz jam. It's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you mean about associating music with work, of course. And I envy your morning discipline. That's something that I've actually been thinking a lot about recently and would like to be better at.
You know, the thing that I think I think the main key that I started was is this a sentence? Something I had thought about
Yeah.
that I'm thinking about right now and I'm about to communicate to you.
Okay.
Is that journaling was great, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because I keep track of a bunch of things. Like, in my journal this morning, I realized that I have hit a month straight of waking up at 6 a.m.
Wow.
And I feel really proud of that. And it's
Yeah.
nice to just hit, like, 1 month, you know, in the journal. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have an applause track?
You know, that's something to do.
Yeah. Wow. I just pressed it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That MPC one, I think I can trigger some of this stuff.
Soon.
Yeah. I could load samples in it. Oh, yeah.
You should have done that for this episode.
I'm sorry to let you down. We'll just have to have you back.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think? Would you come back?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Now I can just bomb the jam.
Yeah.
The-
Everything can go horribly from this moment.
Something's gonna fall off the ceiling
I hope
and
so.
bonk you. That would make for good content.
Yeah.
You can immediately
I feel
take
like
off.
Eric
your shirt.
Andre kind of stuff.
That would be
You
yeah.
ever watch Eric Andre?
I love Eric Andre.
Okay, cool.
Huge fan.
Yeah, he's great.
I love the absurdist stuff, comedy
Yeah.
Bang Bang, and
Yep. Love Comedy Bang Bang too.
that sort of thing. Middleditch and Schwartz was
I
great.
don't think I've ever watched that. Maybe I need to.
It's like a 3-episode improv thing on
Okay.
Netflix. It's worth it.
Is it?
It's good.
Middle Ditch as in the actor. What's his name?
Thomas Middleditch,
Yeah.
who's the main guy on like Silicon Valley.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, he did like a Shakespearean improv thing for a while in LA, which is very trippy to listen to.
Yeah.
That seems very difficult to like.
Wait, Shakespearean improv?
So they did improv, but like in
the style of Shakespeare.
yeah.
Huh.
And then Ben Schwartz was Sonic recently.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he's
The
also a very
great
funny
role
guy.
of Sonic.
He's John Ralphio in
Oh, okay.
yeah. That
That's
guy.
the same guy.
Right.
John Ralphio became
John Ralphio
Sonic.
is Sonic.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. Is it live action?
Sonic? No, it's like he's
Okay.
a blue hedgehog.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know who Sonic is.
He's on that video game.
Right.
where you collect rings.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he stomps like mechanical things.
Right.
Little birds popped out of him.
I don't know. You could make a live action movie about anything nowadays.
Actually, I do think it is live action.
Okay, so you're over here like, oh, you idiot. You think Sonic the Hedgehog could be live action?
John Ralphio, or Ben Schwartz is not painted blue.
Right. He doesn't have like some head extension coming off of him.
Right, prosthetics.
I feel like that would be the better way to do it, though.
More like heartfelt.
Yeah.
More sincere.
Yeah.
More sincere approach to Sonic.
I mean, because whenever they have like the animated character in a live action movie, there's just something, it's like the uncanny valley thing. No matter how close to realistic it looks, there's something off about it. Something you don't trust.
Yeah, definitely.
Scooby-Doo. You ever watch that?
Yes.
Live action
with
Scooby-Doo.
the old one with the guy from SLC Punk in it.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen that movie. That's a good movie.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Love that. Do you think that there's anything in music that is akin to that, like analogous to the Uncanny Valley? Because I think when something is sort of like artificial sounding, it's usually on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe when it's on accident is when it approaches that like discomfort inducing.
I think
So
I think it's when they mess around with tuning of things, like or like quantization or whatever, something can feel like so perfect that it sounds bad, or I don't know.
I do know what you're saying.
I think just this sort of overproduced sound is maybe the musical equivalent to the Uncanny Valley thing for animation and stuff. Maybe this is controversial, but I feel like Songs in the Key of Life, it's kind of like that.
I haven't listened to that.
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, it is like that.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yeah,
It's
Stevie
like-
Wonder. Playing Stevie Wonder is really fun, and
Yeah.
I always feel like, whoa, like how does somebody write this?
Yeah.
Incredible. But then
Totally.
then I'll get that itch, and I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to a Stevie Wonder album, and it never like moves me in the
It's
same
too
way.
It's overproduced. You can tell it's like one person playing 18 instruments. Like, I don't know. That's not always the case for his records, I don't think. But there's a lot of that, I think. And yeah, just like the over perfect nature of it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a genre thing,
Yeah.
and Stevie Wonder is in this weird pocket, sort of in between genres, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like pop and R&B.
Yeah. Funk and yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Cake is amazing. And they sound
Okay.
really raw and dirty. I loved that band.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite bands.
I love Raw and Dirty too.
Thin Lizzy.
Raw and Dirty.
Totally.
That's why I love live records. I'm a total sucker for live records.
Oh yeah?
I feel
I
like
don't do that much.
Really?
Mhm.
I always, if a band can put out a great live record, I feel like that's how you know it's a good band, because they can, although those live records, especially a lot of them from the classic rock era, can be overproduced as well,
Oh right, yeah.
People go back and twiddle with them.
When I was doing research about like the hi-fi stuff, like what to choose instead of Spotify, in the comments of somebody was like, you gotta listen to a live album on the different services, because on the hi-fi stuff you can actually hear the crowd just like clapping, and on the lo-fi stuff it just sounds like or
Okay.
whatever.
Huh.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Sort of way to test your speaker setup or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What thread can we go back to right now? So, I ended it. I ruined it. Dead air. We still have 10 minutes to fill up, though.
Oh, that's it.
It really does fly by. I feel like we're just getting into it.
I know. I feel like we had a lot of unfinished topics that we skirted by.
Me too. No, I actually am thinking of other ones. I thought that would be funny though. I want to know more about you and your playing and your background, and just like how are you making it work as a full-time musician? So like you've got the 3 weekly gigs, and you said that 2 of them are with the Manouche band, and then one's the jazz jam. And then you're often playing like a couple of more gigs per week. Are those
Usually, yeah.
Are those like more like event sort of stuff, like weddings and corporate events?
Not so much. Honestly, I don't play a lot of corporate events, you know. And the times I do a wedding or a corporate event or something, you know, it's always just somebody I know needs a bass player, you know. It's not, I'm not seeking out those corporate gigs. I just don't know how to, I just haven't really gone down that route. I feel like that's a whole rabbit hole of, I mean, I'm sure you know, just going down the wedding corporate event sort of, it's a different game, I think, than like just booking venues and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say that's true? Or it's the same game, just
you know, I try not to play the game. Yeah. I'm above it.
I see.
I just do throw spaghetti at the wall or throw the kitchen sink at whatever and see what I can get. But I also,
Totally. I mean, that's the way to do it.
yeah, I don't really have. I think a lot of people do try to build relationships with like wedding planners and get into that world a little bit more of having I guess that those societal conduits, you know, to get more gigs. But I think my world, I'm dealing with the clients specifically, you know, or like directly, and being found by people to play their gigs. And then
Well, it probably feels better doing it that way, right? More personal, at least.
yeah, definitely. And I have, don't get me started on like music management companies and stuff like that. I really appreciate all the work that I get from them, for sure.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
respect the work that they do, and that a lot of musicians don't want to do that work, so they're doing their role. But I do like to try to do everything all at once, which is probably a weakness of mine to some extent, because I am spread pretty thin. But I think it's a pragmatic thing on some level. You know, when Dan Keller was on the live stream. Is this a show?
Why not?
I guess so. Yeah.
It's
It's
a show.
showtime, baby.
Yeah.
You know, I was asking him I was trying to get more personal, I think. And I think tried to get less and less personal with people. Like, but like, why do you do this? You know, what inspires you? What gets you going? And he's like, well, I like sort of have to pay bills and stuff. So,
That sounds like a Dan Keller response.
yeah. I think like I'm curious, like, if the booking venues works for that, you know, way for you, because it doesn't. I don't know though, because I tried to I did the funk jam, you know, on not the Tuesday one, but the Monday one at One World, which is an awesome scene, the J Lloyd mashup thing.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's not an open jam though, right?
no, it's not.
Yeah.
So jam's probably the wrong word.
Yeah.
They select, but I want to get out to the funk jam too. But you know, going out late night and at bars and playing for that sort of audience, with, I think the lifestyle that I'm trying to achieve isn't really compatible with
Sure. Yeah.
with what I want to be doing late night, you know.
Yeah.
And
You've been waking up at 6 a.m. for a
I'm
month.
doing it, yeah. So I get to go play like these nice events and dress up nice
Yeah.
and play my nice classical music that I've, worked to refine really hard. And that seems to work better for me. But I think
Sure.
now I've rambled for a long time, but I was trying to get you to
It's okay.
talk.
So,
You asked if they are different games of doing those events or booking venues.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about the booking venue game. You were one of the
Yeah.
last things to the Connor Law trio, right? Played ISIS. And now ISIS is closing, so you're going to be,
Or my
Did you do
octet
that?
just played there.
oh, it was your octet. It was the
Which is more
Connor,
of a
you were on the
collaborative thing. It was called Hell Crab.
Oh.
But I mean, my quintet played there like 2 months ago or something.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
maybe. Your name was on the marquee.
My name was on the
There's
marquee
a
at one
picture
point, yeah.
that I saw. Yeah. You were stoked
That
about
was
that.
a pretty.
And now they're
nice moment.
closing, and I guess my
know.
question for you is, did you have anything to do with the venue closing? Because you just played there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
The show was so
good
horrible
riddance.
that they closed it down.
the stank was just too bad
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the venue. So when you're booking out a venue, though, like, do you take charge of that and, like, charge tickets, and is it generally worth it to...
Well,
put all
I
that
usually like to book events that, or like book places that offer a guarantee. I do a lot of background music type of gigs, and I like those. And I also like doing, events that are ticketed, or those can be a lot of fun to put on too. And I've gotten more comfortable doing that. I've found kind of the sweet spot of how much time to book in advance to assure that a decent amount of people will come out, and so I can promote it and everything. And that's, I like having sort of a big show every couple months or 3 months or something on, to look forward to and to work towards. That can be a lot of fun. And similarly to what you were talking about making relationships with the people and the for the weddings and corporate events and whatnot. I like building relationships with venue owners, that kind of thing too. I think we'd be nowhere without venues, so it's good to have nice relationships with those people. I'm super sad to see ISIS go because I felt like I was just kind of developing a nice relationship with the people over there, but that's how it is.
Yeah. That's a wonderful venue. It's going to be sad. And now, what has West Asheville got? I mean, One World is great.
But it's not a concert hall.
Yeah. The Moth Flight's gone.
I know. The
hurt.
Mothlight was one of my favorite places too to like see music. I mean, I played there a handful of times as well, and it was always fun. But they had some of the most eclectic blend of music of any venue I could think of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now we've got the One Stop, I guess.
I did hear that Ambrose West is opening back up, so
Oh, okay.
that's something.
That's a hot tip, a hot exclusive.
Yeah.
There we go.
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, so why do you do music?
I just don't know what else I would do. Really,
Perfect.
that's
Yeah,
the main thing.
That's the consensus, I think. Here, yeah. My brain just happens to work in a way that.
I like doing it. I like the lifestyle of being poor and
There you go, yeah.
entertaining people occasionally. So I don't know. Yeah, I enjoy being a musician, but it's not always hunky dory. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
it can be hard and frustrating, and there's always the lingering uncertainty of everything that surrounds it,
I do know.
Yeah.
Figured out my health insurance for next year this morning. That was
nice.
super fun. Yeah.
Obamacare?
Oh, you know it, dude.
Hey.
Definitely.
Yep.
Paying way too much. Talking about the struggle, what is, maybe we could finish with this question that I like to pose to all the guests. A couple have emerged. One is like, how do you identify through music?
Okay.
But I think a better one maybe is...
Let's skip that one.
Let's skip that. You can, if you have something to say to that, please.
Okay.
What's like a problem solution that you've experienced in music? What's like an obstacle, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, okay.
Maybe a hot tip.
Oh, wow.
Or it could be like a gear thing that you needed or had to learn, or maybe like how did you not practice and then you figured out how to practice by getting really embarrassed one time, or
Okay. God, my mind is a blank thinking about this question. Give me your answer first.
What's a problem? I've talked about a couple already. To you, I bragged at the beginning of the live stream about how I have set up this signal chain.
Yeah.
Getting my outputs 3 and 4 out of my Focusrite 18i8 to go into a patch bay, and then out of the front of the patch bay into my effect chain of mini fogers, and then out of that back into the patch bay into an input that goes into a mixer, which then goes back into inputs 5 and 6 on the 18i8. And then I was trying to watch a YouTube video right after I had like set all that up, which was like extremely distorted, and I was like, why did I ruin, I experienced a little bit of feedback when I was setting it up, and the signal routing, that I can control with this app called Focusrite Control inside of my computer. The signal routing was such that the YouTube video that I was trying to listen to was coming out of outputs 3 and 4, which was then coming back into the inputs that are coming out of the outputs 1 and 2, which are my speakers. And so the solution was to mute the playback into going into 3 and 4. But only while I was looking at a YouTube video. I also had to end up muting inputs 5 and 6 in the output configuration for 3 and 4, because if I didn't, it caused that feedback loop at any sort of increased volume. This was a problem and solution that took me forever.
Yeah.
That's a pretty esoteric one though, because I don't think anybody probably has that specific. Well, I don't know. Other producers might have run into that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Looking at the moral of that story, the dead grasshopper of that story is to
full circle
figure out that to make sure that you are aware of everything that's being outputted, because I was trying to just send like a specific track in Pro Tools set to outputs 3 and 4, and then I was like, oh, this is easy, boom, 3 and 4, and then I was trying to do the routing, but I really had to check, sort of a level up the whole, what is the interface doing, what is that output, set to output.
Yeah.
And that it's all about the gain staging, I'm sure you knew your tech education.
Yeah.
Some cable wrapping and gain staging.
Let's stick to the cable wrapping.
Okay.
That's what I'm comfortable with.
But another one, the routine of practicing for me was like a huge hurdle, and just like just getting serious about that. I mean, I could talk for an even longer amount of time than I just rambled about like how to get yourself to just sit down and practice the stuff that you have to practice.
Yeah.
And it turns out having a music teacher just yell that at you every week doesn't do it, because that's what I do to my students.
And they
And you can still practice a little bit more.
Yeah.
So what about you? Did anything come to mind?
I was quite entranced with what you were talking about.
I think I put myself in a trance. I went very far away.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mess with gear all that much, so nothing like that really comes to mind. I don't know. I mean, okay, well, this is maybe one thing I've noticed when a sound person wants, my upright bass signal, I gotta tell them to take out so much bass. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't want bass frequencies.
Even though you're the bass?
Yes, because it produces so much. It's just too much.
You've got a pickup on your stand-up.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then the sound guy is just...
Sound person.
Thank you.
I
Although
might have said sound guy too. I'm sorry.
No, you got me.
Yeah.
I thought, I think there was a battle there for guy to be ambiguous.
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
just
we
not.
lost.
It's just not.
No.
It's
I
just
think that
not.
battle was lost.
Yeah.
Sound individual.
Yes.
Could be a sound dog.
Yeah. Who knows?
Sound cat. They're funky enough.
Yeah.
So you don't, what frequencies are we talking? Because I like to chop some out for the kick drum
Yeah.
around 75.
Yeah, I would say anything like below 150 you can delete.
That's
For the
that
upright.
is a that is a hot take, I think.
For the upright, because
Have you talked to other upright players? Is this a consensus? I've never heard this before.
No, I don't know. Maybe it's not a consensus, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's some styles of music where with an upright you would want that low thump, but for jazz you need clarity, and if you have all those low frequencies, it's just gonna muddy it up.
Are you chopping that out on your amp over there, or when we jam should I EQ it?
You could well, I'm not playing my upright, so it's a little different.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
But I have my treble turned up all the way on my amp, and the bass turned back pretty much to what is this, 6 o'clock?
This?
Yeah. No.
That doesn't feel like
9
6 o'clock.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. This would be 6 o'clock.
Sure, or this.
No, that'd be
Like
12.
my elbow.
The elbow is the end of the clock?
Yeah, in that example.
Interesting. See how... Okay. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. So that is super interesting to me, because I guess you just like the thonks and the thunks, of your bass.
The thonks and the thonks, yeah.
I find it difficult to, I was talking to Paul Gaeta, is a really insightful producer that has done some hip hop stuff, done a variety of stuff. He he was the lead guy of the Moog store for a long time. Now he's got some other position having to do with just the Moog merchandising in front. But he is the guy who talked to me about chopping out a little bit of the bass in my mix to allow the kick drum to shine through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he does a lot of ambient music, and I think in a lot of genres of music you have the bass, which is operating at that 150 or 200, and then you've got the sub bass, which is this, the thing that's really shaking the subwoofer. So it almost sounds like you need another bass player in these scenarios to be the sub bass player.
Maybe so.
You could engineer that.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I'm really flummoxed. I'm just going to be thinking about that all week.
Really?
Yeah. Because maybe you don't need all the bass down there all the time.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could stand to never hear below 100 hertz for anything.
That's 100 though is a sweet spot. I feel like
Okay,
that
maybe that's too high. Yeah.
the lowest string on a guitar is 82. So I need to go
Really?
at least that low.
Okay. Well,
Which means the lowest string on a bass is the double
Lower than
bass is
that.
41,
okay.
which we can't really barely even hear.
Yeah.
Or like
who
most
needs it?
speakers
Yeah,
can't
I
do
know.
that 40. All right, yeah. Well, let's go jam.
Sure.
Thanks for coming on the live stream.
Thanks for having me.
It was a real pleasure
Yeah.
to get to know you a little
Totally.
bit. Hopefully the jam will be pleasurable too.
I think it surely
See if we
will.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, we might even get some jazz chuckles in there.
There we go.
So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on Instagram or anywhere else, check out the YouTube feed. I think the jam sounds best on that, and you can also subscribe while you're there. This is 8 p.m. Note, and I'm Sam Irvin. This is Connor Law.
Hello.
I did introduce you, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning, yeah.
I think so.
I premised it on the post, the flyer, that I was going to ask you how many times you've heard the phrase "lay down the law."
Ah, yeah.
Is it a lot?
Pretty good bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of law jokes, like, you should be a lawyer,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
know.
No, it's not even a joke.
Yeah, right. Quit your job. You don't make any money.
You made a mistake.
You've made a horrible mistake. Start a law firm. You know, jokes like that. I get them all the time.
Hmm. Are you chaotic, or are you? Have you played Dungeons and Dragons? And are you lawful good, or whatnot? So we'll be right back.
No, I know what you're talking. I do know what you're talking about. I don't know though what I am. You tell me. You
Right.
can't tell yourself what category you are.
Oh, that's true. Well, just knowing you now, I also don't know if I premised that you are an acquaintance and this is our first time talking,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Yeah.
The live stream's doing its thing.
Yeah.
It's all working out. What do you seem like? You seem very neutral. You do seem, but are you chaotic neutral or lawful neutral? You seem chaotic neutral.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. So you gotta change your last name, I guess.
To Connor Chaotic. That's a pretty good
Actually
name.
sounds great.
Yeah. You heard it here first, folks. Changing my name.
Connor Chaotic.
Yeah.
Coming to Asheville.
Woo.
Not to ISIS, though.
No, unfortunately. Well, actually, I do have one more show tomorrow.
That's what we should be plugging.
I mean, it's not my show,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm playing with some people there.
What is it?
It's
Unless you don't want people to know about it.
no, people can know about it. It's Paula Hankey, vocalist. It's Jonathan Perlman and Peggy Ratus have been doing a vocal series there for past year or so, maybe a little bit less than that. And so this is going to be the last one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Cool. And you're playing bass.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they don't turn up the bass too much on you.
I surely hope not either. Maybe I'll bring a sub bassist though.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
Somebody with a little synth.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody who plays bass so they can watch your hand and
Right.
like, "Ugh."
Here we go. Yeah. Sub bass now. You see, there's a comment.
Oh, no way. Dan Keller.
Oh.
Did you ask if he's been laying down the law yet?
Perfect.
Perfect timing. What?
Dan
Totally in
always-
character for Dan, yeah.
Dan comes in clutch.
Yes, Dan, I did. Well, I didn't actually. Have you been laying down the law?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yeah.
No need to change that last name then, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do you ever feel like you have to strive against your nature to like live a successful life?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would. Yeah. I have to strive. I have to work against Not being a good for nothing, lazy person all the time.
The couch is calling.
The couch is always calling.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, and it's the season. It's like cold.
It is the
It was
season.
rainy.
Not today though.
It wasn't cold today. It was rainy.
It was rainy.
Yeah.
It was 60 degrees. 60 degrees now.
Dan says, "Phew."
Good.
That's good. Well, I'm glad Dan's tuning in. Now I'm gonna be even more sheepish to play guitar. But yeah, let's. We're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with some jammin'. It's gonna be fun. Thanks again for joining me,
Thanks
Connor
for having
Law.
me.
I'm Sam Irvin. I'll say our names again. This is Irvin Music Studio. We're in Asheville. It rained today.
60 degrees.
60 degrees today.
Sam
All right.
Irvin.
Connor Law.
Woo!
All right, let's say goodbye to the Instagram.
Bye. See you on the other side.
see your bass, yeah.
Sweet.
I think it's working. Will you play a little bit more? Is there a way to turn that up a little bit?
Yep.
Is there a way to
Pretty
just
low
turn
on
up
my
the...
Huh?
Is there a way to just turn up the output? Or is it
The
just
output's all the way up.
Oh, it is.
But it is connected to the gate. Is that good or? A little more, you said?
Oh, I'm giving you a little bit more over here. Oh yeah, I got this nifty mic that I can just talk to people in. Thanks for tuning back. Hello, everybody. They can't hear you. Where am I?
Oh, I'm looking at that screen. You haven't
I haven't arrived yet. Yeah, that's a little bit behind. Okay, let's play something.
do it.
B flat.
Sure.
You're just gonna let me go for it and catch up.
Sure.
Okay.
Saturation on your bass from jacking the gain up a little bit, but I think it's fine. If you think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you could even bring me back down a little bit, maybe. If you're concerned about that.
Nah, I want you way out in front. You're the guest.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Let's do something else.
Yeah.
What about out of nowhere?
Yeah.
You know?
G?
G. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Tell me what notes to play, please. Let's get this arranged for you. Do you want to do something
So nice to play with somebody who makes me listen. Yeah. Who encourages me to like, oh, there's actually something to play off of here. Yeah. Yeah. That's the fun of jazz. Yeah, exactly. It's the most important part of it. Yeah, for sure. Playing around with it. Well, let's do some more of that. Okay, sure. Do you want? Should I? We're like already over halfway through our our jam here. Yeah. Should I hop on the kit? Do you want to do something more rocking, or do you want to stay in this sort of? Let's keep it intimate. Okay. For now. Okay, sure. We can rock out. Maybe that's the last thing we'll do. Perfect. Yeah. And rock out. Well, what should we do? Let's do another standard. What do you like? What do I got on my sleeve? Dude, you read my mind. That's awesome. Let's definitely do that. To do the intro? In A flat.
Yeah, that's such a great tune. Ah, nice. That intro is epic.
It is, isn't it like Rachmaninoff or something?
Oh, is it? I didn't know it was a quote or something.
I'm pretty sure it's a classical piece.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can hear that. Connor says that the intro to All the Things You Are is a Rachmaninoff quote, and he's very sure about it.
I don't know. I'm not sure 100%. Somebody can correct me on that, but
Okay.
yeah.
Somebody
Okay,
does.
okay, sure. Yeah. Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Sorry, I'm getting lightheaded on the jazz here.
No, it's all good. Whatever you like.
You want to slow it down with a Leon Rose or something?
In C.
So proper.
Yes.
When you say it like that, it makes me not want to.
Wow, I turned you off of Leon Rose just like that.
No, let's do it one time too.
Okay.
I'm not sure if my volume was up.
Maybe not that one either. Was it worth it? It wasn't worth it. I thought it was lovely.
How about Alice in Wonderland? Is the name of the one.
Yeah, this one we just dance a little bit, but yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, good one so far as I have a chord melody of it.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna count you off this time. We're coming together.
Alright, yeah. Came together. Yeah, I counted off way too fast. That's okay. Yeah. That's good. Okay, well, I'm burning up now. Jazz, baby. Jazz, we're doing it. Whew, yikes. Thanks, man. You too. It's fun. It's nice to flex my jazz chops. Yeah. It was my main focus. I didn't start focusing on classical guitar until like a couple of years after college. Cool. And yeah, it just gets like kinetic and into it and anxious and stuff. In a good, like with a good excited anxious. And classical guitar is so the opposite. You know, it brings me down. Yeah. So right now I'm feeling. Yeah. I'm feeling that. Let's do it. Yeah. You do something really fast. Like Mr. PC. Did you see it? I saw it. That would have been twice in a row. Yeah, let's do Mr. PC.
Yeah, you want the melody?
No, yeah. That's pretty good. Okay.
Let's try it.
Yeah. What tempo?
That's called a jazz note, baby.
The blue note? The green note?
Green note, yeah.
Nice. Alright, it's 10.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hop on the drum set. We're gonna do
Okay.
our last big finale.
Do a little rocker.
Yeah.
Turn it up to 11. Not really, because I don't want to blow out your.
Don't ruin my interface. Yeah.
Probably.
Is that too much?
You want to set something up?
Huh?
You want to set it up?
It's up. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you set it up.
I'm just kidding. I can't do that.
Whatever you want, man.
I'm curious what you're feeling about that. You dig it? Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's get All right. Not even enough time to get warmed up, you know. Very loud. All right. Thank you, Connor Law. Connor Chaotic. Yeah. And thank you for anybody who's watching this, and we'll be back next week with somebody awesome. And until then, thanks. Bye.